Little kids can use technology. And I'm not talking about having kids be consumers of technology, but rather creators of technology. I'm talking about having little kids take ownership of their learning and demonstrate what they're thinking and be creative, critical thinkers while using technology. My name is Pinto, and I work with pre-K and kindergarten students. I'm the founder of the hashtag #GAF4Littles, which stands for Google Apps for Education for Little Kids, or primary students. Many teachers are sharing what their kids are doing on the hashtag. So, as many of you know, we do not integrate technology for the sake of integrating technology. We need to be thoughtful and thinking, how is this activity authentic to my kids? What does it matter to them? How are they including themselves in these activities? And for little kids, that might look like them taking selfies or snapshots in their learning environments, or applying their imagination to design. Our lesson design needs to give kids exploration space for them to be able to apply one or more of the 4 C's. In a blended learning classroom, it is about finding balance that works for our kids. So the kids deserve a bunch of opportunities to explore various learning tools, technology being one of them. But let's not forget manipulatives, toys, physical writing in these activities as well. So I challenge you to embrace change, because a change up for me this year was all 26 of my kids had their own Chromebook. Anxious to get started, my kids were logging in on the 2nd day of school. And for those of you who work with our early learners, know that they don't all have their letter names and numbers established at the beginning of the year. But let's focus on the skills that the kids do have. So I put colored tape on the side of the keyboard because they can match letters and numbers from their login cards to the colored tape that's on the side of the keyboard. So one of my kids' first activities was with their big buddies. They got to practice inserting pictures and taking snapshots with the support of their bigs to complete collaborative getting to know our buddy slides. And after those first activities, the kids were ready for bigger and better, like graphing in Google Sheets. In the Leaves on My Tree activity, the kids were manipulating leaves that was inside a Google Drawing, graphing their results, and completing the sentence frames. So I aim to design where I'm not collecting 26 of the same thing. My kids have the same learning goals, but their work does not need to look the same. What choices are my kids making? How are they involving themselves in activities? What kind of thinking is going into activities? The kids blew my mind this year when they made models of 5 in Google Sheets, created an equation that went with it, and then checked their answer with a formula, or typing an equation with an equal sign at the beginning. So while working in Google Apps, I'm able to include my kids' interests like ice cream and support areas of growth like writing. It is okay for the kids to be working on an activity longer so that they get more of an understanding out of it. So also while working in Google Apps, my kids have developed a lot of digital literacy skills. So from clicking on icons and understanding that they do something, to searching for an image and knowing that sometimes they're going to have to refine their search. Kids need those problem-solving moments. For example, if I searched bath and the image I wanted didn't come up, how can I change my search? How can I fix it so that it does come up? They need those critical thinking opportunities so that they can be working with the results that the computer gives them and understand them. So what kind of memories are our kids walking away with at the end of the year? There is more to school than just mastering skills. The kids are going to remember the fun times, and those fun times can include learning. I designed a Breakout EDU for my kids after they read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. An Oompa Loompa brought a locked treasure chest, and the kids had to work collaboratively in teams to answer questions inside a spreadsheet to obtain the code for the lock. So sometimes the kids are even, as teachers, are lucky to capture memories with pictures. And so I share a folder of images with the kids at the end of the year, and they can decide which images they want to include on their memory slides. And so the kids create all this awesome work, but who gets to see it? It doesn't need to live inside a Google Drive. The kids can create their own websites, and they pick up on patterns so quickly. So that pattern of inserting in a new page, titling it, inserting activities, and resizing them was all it took for my kids to create their own websites that get passed on to parents and extended families and a virtual buddy class beyond the walls of the classroom. GAF4Littles is about believing in yourself that you can integrate a new learning platform, believing in your students that they can engage and create with technology because they can.